As live music fans and musicians, we're all at risk for permanent hearing damage. The standard options for ear protection are foam earplugs, which block everything out so you can't hear anything at all. And then there are custom musician earplugs, which are really expensive. Vibes high-fidelity earplugs, as seen on Shark Tank, are affordable, reusable earplugs designed for live music fans and musicians. Instead of blocking out all sound, Vibes reduce the volume of loud live music to a safer and more comfortable level that prevents permanent hearing damage and ear pain, while still allowing you to hear the music clearly, whether you're a live music fan or a musician. Vibes' clear, low-profile design make them virtually invisible in your ears so you can be discreet about wearing hearing protection in public. Each pair also includes a carrying case and 3 sizes of interchangeable ear tips to ensure a comfortable fit for any sized ear. Vibes are used by hundreds of thousands of live music fans and musicians around the world, and they're trusted by the country's top professional orchestras and college music programs who outfit their musicians with them. Go to vibesearplugs.com/NSR to learn more and to get yourself a pair of Vibes high-fidelity earplugs for less than $30. That's vibesearplugs.com/NSR. vibesearplugs.com/NSR. Vibes high-fidelity earplugs are great for all live music fans and musicians, and they make a great holiday gift. So check them out. Protect your ears with Vibes.
Why can't every day be like this? No simple road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
I just want to hear Mel banjo scat.
Coming for you, Billy.
She's going to be playing with Billy Failing and Billy Strings next week at the Ryman.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be my residency.
Mel banjo scat.
And that's her original called.
How do you spell that? Okay, cool.
BL.
I was going to say BL.
UUNG. Hey now, No Simple Road family. Welcome back to the No Simple Road Weekly Rewind.
Or the silly pod.
Yeah.
This is Mel, and I've been practicing my banjo skills. How you guys like it?
This is Aaron. I've been practicing not doing that.
And this is Apple, and I've been practicing enjoying that. It's been really funny this morning.
How's your practice going, Apple? Let's hear about your practice.
It's going good. I'm enjoying it. Okay. Mel's laying it down. I mean,
the Weekly Rewind is brought to you in collaboration with The Grateful Mountain.
The Grateful Mountain.
Yeah, man.
Do you want to play some music underneath?
No, please don't. If you want custom tie-dye, that's the spot that you go. Go hit up Travis on Instagram at The Grateful Mountain, or go to his website, gratefulmountain.com, and you can get custom tie-dye orders for basically anything you want. This is the Grateful Dead family, No Simple Road family, making the dopest shit you've ever seen. So
also,
go check it out.
He's got some shirts from Dog's birthday concert the other day with Billy Strings. Billy Strings.
And if you go to either his Instagram or ours, we have a collaborated post where he's got some Sasquatch Grateful Dead bear crossing shirt that's super cool. So yeah, go check him out, man. And you are going to get 20% off your order when you put in the promo code NSR20 when you check it out, and free shipping anywhere in the continental United Stizzies, baby.
The continental United States.
Well, guys, welcome
We're back. We did it. You know? We're not flaking out on anybody this week.
Not this week. Maybe next week, but not this week.
Yeah, you never know now. It's
up in the air.
Toss up.
Yeah, we never know. It's organic. It just happens.
So yeah, right on.
No one's
cool. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye.
We'll talk to you next week.
See you. Love you.
Well, I guess we need to start with like last weekend.
Why don't you start us off, dude?
Okay, well, I'll start off because yours is more exciting. Mine is a geriatric event that happened with me.
Geriatric event.
Well, I had prior plans to go to a friend's get together barbecue on Saturday night, and I missed Pigeons because this was already on the calendar, and I was over there having a good time with my friends. And everybody was like, how much did you drink? How much did you smoke? We weren't even really partying. We had just had dinner. we're stepping out on the patio to have a little nicotine after dinner, and I misjudged it, and I fell down 2 steps out in the backyard, and I thought I almost popped my hip bone out.
He'd fallen, and he couldn't get up. It was very awkward.
And then in the scene, like a couple of my friends, they're sitting there, and everybody,
are you okay?
Except for Ryder. Ryder was with me, and Ryder started cracking up
and clapping.
Yeah, he was clapping, like applauding me, and then realized how hurt I was, and was like trying to hold it in. Was like, "Can I help you up?" And I got up. It took a couple days of recovery. Luckily, I just kind of pulled a muscle, and I'm fine. But
we're glad you're okay.
But your ego, is that a little bruised as well?
Well, it was scary with the hip thing. We also, everybody will have heard that we had just talked to Dennis McNally that day, and the first thing that went through my mind is, oh my God, my hip, because he's getting a hip replacement. And I'm like, great, 55, break my hip. It's all downhill from here, but I'm good.
Yay.
When Ryder told me that
Aaron was really worried about you, actually.
Oh, yeah. But when Ryder told me that he clapped for you, I was like, I'm so proud of you, Ryder. You really are my nephew. Thank you so much for holding it down.
I would have laughed at Ryder, Aaron. We would all laughed at each other.
But when somebody falls down, it sucks, and it's the bigger you are, the scarier it is.
The harder they fall.
Yeah, because I'm not making assumptions, but if you're bigger, you're not going to be as agile because there's a lot more weight to fall. So it's a scary situation. It can be like, oh, no big deal. I just, scraped my knee, or holy shit, I got to be rushed into emergency surgery for this friggin' hip bone.
I also realized too, I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm in, like, if this would have happened 5 years ago or something when I was heavier, and I'm in better shape than I was.
Good job, dude.
Years ago.
Seriously.
I wasn't as heavy. I was proud of myself that I bounced back and was like, okay, it was just a pulled muscle. Just start watching.
When we came home from Pigeons,
we're all shot out of a cannon.
We come in, and when we're not home and it's late, I have to go get Darwin out of Apple's room because he's in there with him. So I walk down the hallway. I knock on Apple's door, or I open the door, and Apple's like, "Come in, dude." And I was like,
"Come here."
I was like, here. What? He's like, just come here. I need help up. And I thought he was messing with me. And I looked down at him, and he looked like a little old man in his bed.
I felt like little man. I was hurting.
You did. You were walking around like a LOM. Yeah. You definitely were.
I go over and I helped him up. I was like, "What's going on, dude?" He tells me the story. I was like, trying not to laugh because I'm spun, and it's funny, but it's also not funny because I can also visibly and see that he's hurt.
Dude, it's so crazy. Like, say when you get really sick, I'm not talking about a little cold, but if you get really sick or if you hurt yourself like that, it's amazing how
your face changes.
Yeah, you can look 10 years older, or just it changes you on a real, you can tell, you don't have to fake it. You know what I'm saying? It is written, because when you were walking out, you were hobbling around, but even just again, your face was just you can tell something's not right over here.
It was pain. Well, until the next day, you guys even acknowledged that once I got up, and Mel, when you were like, I got the bath salts and everything,
and
so
the rub,
I went and took a good soak and came out, and I took a weed bath. That was a good concoction.
Yeah,
stuff
you got to do that Epsom salt. You got to do.
I come walking out, and you're like, you look better. I was I feel it's I can see it in your face that did you
He came out all sexy with his robe
on, his hair,
and his freaking hair. Yeah.
He had a cigarette in his mouth.
Connor couldn't get over with your the UGG? No, he had
my Crocs. I had my Crocs on with my new Grateful Dead Crocs charms that somebody gave me on them.
It was fucking hilarious. Connor couldn't get over how sexy.
I don't think Connor ever saw me with my hair
debonair.
slicked back because my hair was still wet and slicked back.
Yeah.
I don't think Connor's ever seen that.
Apple walked out like Coxman of the century.
Yeah, he did. It was funny and sad, and I'm glad that train left the building, because it was, nobody needs to be hurt around here.
No.
No. That's
especially
true.
Yeah, well, not especially. Nobody. Yeah.
So that was my last Saturday night experience.
Right
Your
on,
guys'
Apple.
was a lot better. This is like one of those when the aliens abducted me, they put me in a cozy net. You know, mine was like, oh no, they beamed me up and I was getting probed. I was in pain. You guys had a great
I told Apple, I said, if any of you out there have seen Apocalypse Now, there's a segment in the movie where a chef is in the boat with everybody and they like stop in the jungle and chef gets off the boat to go into the jungle to find mangoes. And when he's out in the jungle looking for mangoes, they get like attacked, but he doesn't, by a tiger.
Oh shit.
And runs back to the boat. And as he's like in the boat freaking out, fucking tiger, man. And his buddy's like, I told you, man, you don't get out of the fucking boat. You never get off the boat.
Oh,
and I kept saying to Apple, I was like, you got off the boat tonight. And Apple's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, you didn't come to Pigeons with us. You got off the boat.
I did not get that reference until just now. I was wondering where it sounded familiar because we used to watch that movie
on acid
a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it why you're doing it. I was like, I was never even on the boat. Just shut up.
Oh, dude, you've been on the boat for years. Yeah,
see, like when you separate NSR, weird shit starts to happen.
Can't do it, man.
Yeah. Well,
next time go see Pigeons.
That's it. Well, if you're all wondering, Pigeons was legit. They were freaking awesome. It was a really fun night, and they're just such great musicians. I feel like they come, slay, and then they're done. Like, bye guys, see you later. Like, it's the coolest. I don't even know. I don't know. At one point, we're standing next to Jason and Audrey. Well, not standing, but dancing next to them. And we had some other friends around. And it was just like, it dawned on me, like, we're here because of Jason right now.
Yeah, I tapped him on the shoulder like during the second set and said, hey, and looked him in the eye and was like, thanks again, man. For real.
Yeah, it was just really special because how many years has it been now? Since
that was like 2017 or 18.
Yeah.
So it's not too long after we'd started doing the podcast.
So it's not too long. And had it not been for Jason recommending Pigeons, like Pigeons just kind of like snowballed us into so many different artists that we didn't ever listen to.
Like I've said this on the show before, but like going to that Pigeons show in 2018 or whatever it was the catalyst that opened me up to listening to more than just the Grateful Dead and Jerry Garcia band.
Yeah, the bluegrass,
and
the different wider jam band scene, the whole thing.
And Jason and Audrey, the entire time we've known them, have been like some of our greatest like idea people, critics, everything. Yeah. You know, they've
people
helped
like
us
Jason,
a lot.
Yeah, Jason and Audrey to like
tell you the truth.
Yeah, they keep you real. They keep us real. They're like, that was awesome. We love that. Or like, how about this? Try it this way.
Or Apple better quit chewing in the mic.
Yeah, any of it, any and all of it, and then just their friendship outside of that too. Like just their, Audrey's been a really huge supporter of my services, and it's just really cool when someone sees you on multiple levels and they appreciate you like that. Like, I love them so much. I love their amazing parents. I've always said this to them, like the amount of priority that they put on their children and like just understanding and being good parents and like.
And still going and jamming at shows.
Yeah, still having a great time. And like, they always prioritize every, New Year's Eve. They stay home and stay with the kids and do something awesome. And like, I just love how their family is. They're a really responsible, loving family.
Very inspirational.
And they have that feeling with that like true family. Like there's times we don't see them for many months.
Oh yeah.
And then when we do, it's like we just saw them the other day where you just pick up where you left off. And
it was really cool to like dance at a show with Jason and Audrey and Sean and Krista and Connor.
Oh, that was
everybody.
Well, and I think Pigeons earned a new fan last night because Krista loved Pigeons. But how can you not though? Like, you go there if you like good music. How can you not?
Mel, look, I know you're not like, you don't see a lot of the bullshit
on purpose
on Instagram
on purpose because
Pigeons take so much flack for being like
dope,
goofy or silly. And sure, there's that, but like, fuck, what about fish?
Who cares?
But I'm saying as far as like goofy and silly, you can't say you don't like that and then be a fish fan. And
well, no, because you can always talk your side of anything. You could be like, well, but I just feel like they don't apply. That doesn't apply. And whoever's saying dumb shit about Pigeons or any other band, what band are you in? Do you know what I'm saying?
They're in the meme making band.
No, I mean, it's fine. It's fine to make fun of people and be whatever, but then, push comes to shove. What are you doing that's equal to what they're doing?
Like the one that comes to mind is like different shoes for different bands. Like Grateful Dead or Dead and Company is a pair of Birkenstocks, and Billy Strings is a pair of like boots or whatever. And then Pigeons Playing Ping Pong is clown shoes.
Hell, here come clown feet. Hell yeah, dude.
But I'll tell you what,
people
man.
that be hating too. It's like what band are you? Oh, well, I don't have time for that. I'm a professional critic.
Yeah.
I just criticize everything.
That's why.
And that was a hell of a show. It's up on Nugs. They
yeah.
finally posted on Nugs the other day. I've listened to most of it.
That's why I'm not annoyed. That's a really strong word, but I'm like, who bringing it up all the time? Well, no, you bringing it up all the time to take shit. Who gives a fuck what they take? They are slaying it and they're throwing it down. Why bring it up? It's irrelevant.
It's part of the thing.
It's irrelevant at this point. After going to see them for more than 5 years, it's irrelevant to bring up what people think. And it's only what we think, and they are dope.
Yeah, I have to say that like going and seeing Pigeons is equally as fun for me, and I look forward to it as much as going to see Fish.
Yeah.
Or going to Dark Star, or like it's a thing, man. They encored with
Suck My Kiss
from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That was such a good rendition. Like this happened to Daniel Donato. With Daniel Donato, we hadn't seen him in a while, and then he came out and did that awesome performance, and he learned how to use his voice to his advantage. Like he has a specific different type of voice. And the songs that he chose, whether they be his own or covers, were perfect. They fit like a glove. And I feel like that's exactly what happened at Pigeons the other night. That rendition of Suck My Kiss is perfect for Greg and the music that they play. And it was like such a good
cap.
Yeah, it was a great cap to an amazing evening of their own music. And I love that. I love when
Greg's got that voice for it.
They did it better than the Peppers, in my opinion.
They kind of did.
They did. That's the first thing I listened to when I saw it posted after you guys said it. It was like, okay, I need to hear the encore first.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah.
Well, and just the energy of it too was like, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
they have that energy like
baby.
the Peppers did back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
But something else happened. Finish, Aaron.
No, go ahead.
No, because I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say.
You got to think about it.
Yeah, I got to think about it for a minute.
Or not think about it, and then it'll pop up.
The last show that we went to was Dark Star at the Roseland here. And it was fucking oversold and uncomfortable and dangerous and scary and gross.
It actually was.
Dark Star crushed, but it's hard to enjoy a show when you can't move and you're being slammed into and
Stepped
dry humped
and
from behind the whole show.
When you have a 10-inch square to dance in and you're bigger than that 10-inch square.
Yeah, that was not the case with this concert.
But this show, man, like the first set was regular crowded. It was
Rev Hall, right?
Yeah, there was
Rev Hall.
Space to move a little bit. But I don't know what the deal was. After the set break, there was like
so much room.
So I could have fucking
laid down
around doing ballet if I wanted.
I wanted to talk about this. I remembered about after the show.
Oh, wow.
Because after the show, Apple was hurt. We were all, hanging out. Connor came home with us and we were talking. But like the next morning, was it the next morning or the same night?
Next morning.
The next morning, Connor started to kind of like inquire about Aaron and I's like stuff that he hadn't heard us talk about before. And I have to say that it was stuff that Aaron didn't know about me. And we were married for 27 years. Mm-hmm. and never bothered to ask or care or know or
it
bring
just
up
never came up
or any, like, all of the things.
That's
is what
cool.
I'm saying.
So he did a deep dive on.
He did a deep dive,
like you did
like,
that one time, like while after Dark Star.
And on subjects that are a little bit more touchy or personal,
past relationships,
and it was the way that it came up and the way that we were able to talk with so much ease and just kind of like it, like I think a lot of times when couples talk about like their past or past relationships, there could be like little spikies that go up because I don't know.
You don't want to think about your partner with somebody else?
No, or whether it's sleeping with somebody else, loving somebody else, having fights with somebody else, like a life with someone else. It's like a weird thing to
very
kind
personal.
of and so you kind of guard your heart a little bit, or you just kind of get a low grade attitude or whatever the thing is, but it didn't happen. And we were able to talk about stuff that like I said, neither one of us knew about the other, and it felt so good. And like if there was a picture of healing in a dictionary, it would have that feeling of after the concert.
A picture of that feeling.
Yes, it would have a picture of that feeling.
Well, you guys have always kind of been like that because I've in the past mentioned saying you're like, I don't like you guys.
Aaron doesn't.
You guys have never like
no.
Like a lot of couples, that's a problem. They like push each other. Tell me about so and so, and it's like that was like fucking 20 something years ago.
I'll say
what does it matter?
on my thing, it's never a lack of like me wanting to know. It's Aaron's comfort level. That's always how that's period. The end of the story. Because you're way more. I don't want to say possessive, but like you don't want to hear that shit. You don't want to talk about it.
Talk about it, yeah.
So I'll hold it in, but it's not because I don't want to talk about it, or it's not like I don't want to share it. It's just because I know you either can't handle it or don't want to hear it. But in this kind of conversation, it's given me a relief that I didn't realize I needed. It like if my shoulders were up to my ears, they were down to my feet after that. Do you know what I mean? Like it just alleviated a pressure valve that I didn't know was there. And so reason I brought that up is I wanted to say thank you so much, Connor, for giving a shit enough to ask those questions. And you didn't even know that happened. So we haven't talked to him since then about this.
Yeah.
But it really brought some lightness into my energy field. And I just want to say thank you for that. It was really freaking cool to have a super fun, cool night and then inadvertently talk about something that was more heavy. And then
but in a really kind of relaxed, like nonchalant way. And even while we were having the discussion, you were like, wow, I don't think we've ever talked about this. And I was like, no, we haven't. And I was like, this is fine.
I never knew this about you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there because I feel like when we grow, personally, us three in this show, when we grow in strides, it really changes how we relate to one another, and it kind of changes the content of what we put out because like now, you know what I mean?
Because the show is us. Is us,
exactly. And so it gave me more space within myself for new things to take up room, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and Connor's like the perfect person to do that. We've gotten to know him very well in the years we know. Well, like after Dark Star, you did that deep dive with him. At one point, he was getting emotional.
Like 3 in the morning.
Me and Aaron are like, "Why are you psychoanalyzing him?" While we're like, but it ended up being a great day. And we got to know him so much more. He's like, nobody really has ever asked me about my folks.
I think a lot of people are like that. Nobody asks direct questions. They'll be like, well, how was it growing up? Or what was your family like? But it's not direct. Like, were you close with your uncle? Do you know what I mean? Like, what happened with this relationship instead of like general speaking. And if it's general, you're going to give that general answer you give to everybody. But if it's specific, now you got to like really think about like, oh yeah, what did happen in that relationship? What happened there?
As a unit, like we all do a pretty good job of getting to know the people that are close to us in our life.
Absolutely.
Because we party together.
Well, and we get to know them as a group. That's not the only reason.
No, but that's a thing too. Like when that wouldn't have happened had we not been loose.
I don't know that. I don't believe that. I think that when you spend time with people, they inquire more about you, whether you're partying or not.
It would eventually happen.
You know, like
my point is that doing that with people regularly gives you a familiarity and a comfort level that allows you to go deeper.
I would spill the tea regardless.
Yeah, because we're more open and everything, and you're all kind of on the same frequency, and
sometimes that stuff just comes out too.
Connor's like a great like caretaker for us too. He's
Dude,
always
dope.
Brought us breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We gotta thank him. Like you guys weren't up yet. He was already up when I woke up. Like he was ready to go. And was like, should I go get us breakfast? And I was like, if you want it. And like he just ordered up and brought home chicken and waffles, Monte Cristos, waffles on a stick.
Love Connor.
Like he got like one of everything on the menu and just went, picked it up and was like, breakfast is on me.
Holy shit.
Sweetie.
Love you, Connor.
We spent the morning too.
Oh my God, Billy Strings.
Yeah. We did a like deep dive on Billy. And if you haven't watched the interview that Rick Beato did with Billy, go to YouTube and watch it.
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen something so comprehensive, so easy, and so intriguing. Those are the three things. Like it was Billy Strings seemed so comfortable and so like an open book.
Yep.
And
Rick wasn't even asking a lot of questions.
Nope.
He would Billy just went for it.
And then at a natural stopping point, then he'd ask for an elaboration or make a question. And it just was so.
Have you watched it?
No, I need to watch it because I heard you guys out there and I was still grumpy old man.
Can you turn it down?
Well, it just got louder and louder. I was like, okay, like I could hear it. And then it was so loud. It was like Billy Strings was playing next to my bed. And it was like,
I can't.
Turn it down a little. Isn't that the way you say where like his vape pin falls out on the ground?
Right after he asked him, like, how do you stay so relaxed playing?
And his vape just jumped out of his pocket.
Yep, and like Billy looked like, oh, oops. And
but
he
then
goes, oh,
also
there's your answer.
The video Stratosphere Blues, I Believe in You, that is, I feel like that, I don't know how to quite describe what I think it is, but it felt like a piece of history. I don't it should everyone, it's going to be really valuable or something. Like, I don't know why I feel that way, but it was so visceral. His video was very much I felt like it was in our living room, and it's such a beautiful song.
I feel
it's
like
so
that
beautiful.
Equates to Billy's Ripple. Like that song, those two songs together. I
would not.
And well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Those two songs and Ripple give me the same feeling. Like
it's one of my favorite covers of is when he did Wharf Rat.
Oh,
Billy, that cover, and he barely knew it. Like that was years ago, and it was like he just learned it.
Yeah,
for me, what I love about Billy Strings is he doesn't remind me of anybody.
No.
I can't be like he's my Ripple or he's my this or that. He is making music that I've never heard before that I always wanted to hear.
Yeah, I don't think it sounds like Ripple.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't even be reminded of anything. That's why I love him, I think, because he brings new feelings that I didn't know were in here. Like, oh shit. Like he somehow makes me want to be a musician. And I don't mean I'm going to quit my job and go out and freaking do the thing. I just mean his playing is so inspiring that it makes me want to be able to it inspires me to do the same thing, get my bring out what's inside out as well. And then just from an appreciation standpoint, oh my God, you're such a good boy, you're doing so good. I feel like Jasper, come here, you cute little thing.
I love that.
That's what I was gonna say about watching the interview. If you are a musician or a guitar player and you've wanted to delve into the world of flat picking and bluegrass, this is like a master class on how to get started.
Well, do you remember?
He talks about growing up and watching his dad play and how he started watching his hand and trying to make his hand the same shape as his dad's hand, the picking hand, and because Rick Beato is also a musician, so a lot of the interview is technique and music based stuff, but it's not
It's not over your head.
No, and it's not. If you're not a musician, it's not boring to watch.
Yeah,
it's a trip.
Well,
Do you remember a few weeks ago when you were at the Newgrass Festival and you were talking about your experience with, the whole lesson was about relaxing.
Yeah.
I felt like Billy Strings like embodied that, because when you watch him play, there's no force. It's all inside coming out, but the body is so relaxed that like I feel like anything can come out of him. Do you know what I mean?
There's
like
no tension.
No tension.
There.
And that was the thing. Like, it was the most inspirational thing that I've seen as far as like making me want to play my guitar more. Usually when I watch a great guitar player, somebody that's just rips, it doesn't inspire me. It makes me feel like, well, why fucking bother?
Okay.
I'm never going to be able to do that. Like
this guy.
Yeah, this was the opposite.
I started playing every day since then.
This made me feel like I could do that.
You can.
I could totally fucking do this. And I also have been playing every day since. And like, yeah, the stuff that I learned from watching that, instantly started using it.
That's really cool.
What I love with it too, I was going to say, this just happened yesterday. One of the dispensaries I went to, a lot of bud tenders are in their 20s and are very into metal. And like this bud tender, I took him I've given him a few albums because I'm offloading some of my stuff. Like yesterday, the band Exciter.
Oh my God.
From the 90s, like a metal band. I had their like 5 of their records. I took them to him yesterday because I was going there, and he had mentioned, it's like, nobody knows about Exciter. And I was like, you're in your 20s. I'm surprised you knew who they were. I took him those, and I turned him on to Billy Strings. He's in a death metal band up here, and he has been listening to Billy Strings and learning technique from him to go over into the metal.
Hell yeah.
Have you seen?
Because there's so much classical and jazz. I mean, everything like connects together. But he's like listening to Billy Strings now, and so many others before this one, because of Billy's influences from Metallica and the things that he has done. He like his demographic is so wide. It's unlike anybody that I can think of.
Yeah.
Well, and then when he's talking to, like, there's a love coming out of his heart. I'm not saying he doesn't have an ego. I feel like what he's done is he's made friends with his ego, and he's learned how to be confident because of his skills, and then also gratitude because of all the opportunities that he's been given. And he's like pushing the envelope, having fun. Like when he came here with the fucking WWE stuff, like the wrestling, like that was my favorite thing I've ever seen in a performance, because it took me back to my childhood, but also like, dude, you're shredding up there and then you're coming out and freaking, it was just super fun. And I love Billy
and
Strings.
that's the thing. You see that he always looks like he is having fun. He is. You can tell. He is having fun every time he plays.
Well, and now he's a dad, which adds so much more depth to who he is, because being a parent does something to people that you can't explain until you're a parent, period. It's the amount of care that you have for your child, the thing that glues your family together, like, or actually makes it a family, I should say. And then all of your own ambitions or goals change.
Yeah. Your perspective on the world shifts.
And so you can't help but infuse that into your craft. So his music in this situation,
Yeah.
And it was just really sweet.
Well, he's a piece like perfectly suited for that too, to be a family man now. Like the way he approaches everything, and like his respect for the music, for the heritage of it, for his that when we had him on back in 2020, and he told that story about being drunk that one time, and like an 8-9-year-old fan wanted to autograph and to talk to him, and he was like, I cannot set this kind of example for children. People look up to me. I'm not drinking anymore. I mean,
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
That's baller as fuck.
You're a badass dad, Billy.
Dude, if you're out there and you're in the public eye for whatever you think, like it, whatever you think, like I don't have to worry about myself because I'm me or whatever. Or when people are watching you, you do have a certain level of responsibility for that. Like you can, downplay it, but it's still there. People are watching, whether it's your kids, whether it's fans, whether it's people you've never met. And for you to include those people you see and don't see in your decision making, as far as like, I'm going to be better, or I'm not going to choose to show or display this negativity or this badness. That's the utmost highest I feel like you can do with your power. Do you know what I mean? Like people are watching you on this platform and you're choosing to just not be
like everybody else.
Exactly like everybody else, and make these crazy decisions. And I think it's for the better, man. I really do. Like if my kid, like if we had younger kids and my kids listening to Billy Strings, I would encourage that so much. But, but back in the day when we were younger, speaking about like Metallica or like Tool or something, it's a little bit scary, but Billy Strings bringing it in and doing it the way that he does with his attitude, that's not scary. That's freaking beautiful and inspiring,
Totally. Yeah. I think it's a trip to be 53 and have an interview that with somebody inspire you to like do better.
I think that's great.
It's a trip to
really
me.
Great.
Like I've seen a lot of shit in my life and nothing has done that for me. Nothing has made me feel that way. And it's that did it. Like I was like, wow.
Yeah,
it's possible.
He's baller AF.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy.
He really is.
You rock, dude. Yeah, I think every single day since then I've been listening to
You've had some stuff going on that's kind of, you've been needing some type of inspiration and some kind of like cushion for your hard shit that you've been going through lately.
Yeah, life hasn't been rainbows and sunshine lately.
Well, come on, just keep it to what it really is.
Okay, work.
One part of your life.
Rainbows and sunshine
one
lately.
baby part.
Yeah, which begins to affect your
All
personal
over.
life
Yes.
as well when it's shitty.
Apple, the other night I was getting ready to go inside to go to bed, and Apple looked at me. He's like, "Are you okay, dude?"
Yeah, well, I saw you on the couch, and I want to explain that. Well, Aaron has a house. Aaron, I've never played poker with you because you're not a poker player, but I imagine you would have like the worst tells.
Oh, I would suck
of somebody, but because you're audible about things. Because for a long time, last couple weeks, I told him the next morning, I was like, dude, I was just checking on you last night because I saw it on your face. I know you've been going through a lot of work, but in the last couple weeks, I've heard you more than ever again going.
That's his dad, dude. That's like, exactly how his dad used to express his frustration.
And you could just feel it when that's my brother, and I just felt it was like I know what's going on, but once in a while we got to just like, are you good, man?
Dude, I've been getting blown away at night.
Open that up if you need, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm appreciate
here for
that,
you.
Man. I know. Yeah, no, it's just sometimes you got to go through shit. It's just the way life is.
We don't like. I mean, like you're going through massive changes at work, not just like oh, somebody's a dick this week, or this is a bad week. You're going through huge changes in the corporate, world.
What's very unique about this situation is that there's three of us, and so when it comes to balance, at least the two of us, you and me, Apple, have stability in that area, where before we were a little bit more unstable in that area, and Aaron was very stable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I feel as if, and I'm not like psychic or anything like that, but I just feel like there's such something really big for Aaron coming, and that it has to be an upheaval like this for him, because in order to get to the next situation, and I've been married to him for a long time, there's got to be something big that pushes. It's not like some little thing like, oh yeah, that's cool. No, it's like a big thing that needs to push you to the next thing and make you either so uncomfortable that you can't stand it, or so angry, or so inspired, or so.
Yeah, it's
got to be big.
Those things, yep.
It's got to be a big thing. And I wouldn't say that I'm happy that this is happening. I'm saying that it's time for something like this to happen, because you are 53. and you're moving on. You're not staying in the same spot. And so something's got to push your ass. And that's why I've been very sensitive and loving.
You've been really
and
sweet,
helpful. And like,
I've been trying not to be a fucking turd in the punch bowl. Really?
Well, you are and you're not at the same time. I feel like you're like, it's like just the tip of the turd bowl. Like, you know what I mean? It's a little bit, you get like that, and then you allow yourself to come back out.
If you weren't being open with us about everything that's going on, then you would kind of be the turd in the punch bowl. It's just like, I'm okay, leave me alone. But we know everything that's going on. And like, there's a new chapter, Gary, happened for you. It's happened for all of us. It's like your turn now.
Yes.
Your job and you are the reason that we were able to move up, that we moved up here.
Yep.
You got this position. It made it happen for us. And now,
and it's been a huge source of stability for our entire lifestyle here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now I feel like, I don't know what it is because I'm not you, but I feel like it's going to be you centric, you forward, Aaron forward, instead of like this stable job. I feel like you are going to emerge. You are going to blossom.
Get to be yourself in what you do.
Yes, because Apple and I both have that with our jobs and our careers that mold us to exactly what it is. And the stability that you afforded us, you've outgrown that. In a sense, like it was great. Like the plant needs a bigger pot. You need a bigger pot. Like the other day, the
perfect suit.
Yeah, I had to.
Fits right.
Yeah, I replanted all of our plants that we've had for years. And what happens? The roots are able to now like grow deeper, grow wider, and the trees and the plants and the leaves are able to fruit more and get more light. And I feel like you've been, I don't want to say stuck because that's not true. You weren't stuck, but you were planted in this thing and you've fucking outgrown it. You've outgrown a corporate structure. You've outgrown the mentality. It's not just, they're restructuring. It's coinciding with something waking up within you as well. And that's why I'm not mad at it. And I'm trying to be as comforting and comfortable and stable
while
for
you're
you.
Uncomfortable.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to say too. Like I love comfort, but you got to be uncomfortable to change.
Yeah.
If you just stay with that comfortable, like, this is comfortable. This is getting me by. You got to get uncomfortable to.
Well, I'm there.
Change.
It happened. Yeah. I had Mel.
We're watering you too.
Yesterday we had a meeting and I had Mel sit off to the side and listen to the meeting just so that she would like fully understand what I've been complaining about.
See the scope.
Well, you're really good at expressing yourself and explaining situations, so it's not like I didn't know.
No,
I'm
but
keeping in touch
this is like
every day.
from the horse's mouth kind of shit.
And it's new because it's new management and everything. And it was, gosh, the amount of double speak that happens in corporate, in corporate circles is amazing to me.
It's fucking wild.
I haven't been in a well, I mean, I technically am in a corporate situation, but they don't like to call themselves
Trader
corporate.
Joe's is like the hippie corporation.
Yeah, but I have been in other corporate structures where I've got the memos and the reorgs and the restructures and, job descriptions that change and all that. So I get it from a small perspective, but I'm really proud of you of how you're handling it because you're allowing yourself to be emotional, but also not get swept away in emotion. And I've never seen you quite this stable in an uncomfortable situation.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
For real.
That. Thank you. Yeah. I guess I wouldn't have even thought about it if you hadn't said that.
Are you kidding me? Like
my life is great, man.
That's why earlier I said, you're like my life. No, it's not your life. It's your career.
Yeah. My life is great. And so if everything else was shitty too, and that, it would be a lot more of a hit. Mm-hmm. But I have no simple road to fall back into. I have you. I have Apple. I got Darwin. I got all of our friends. I got a life outside of that thing that keeps me centered. Mm-hmm. This sucks. What I'm going through fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And love or hate it, I've done what I'm doing for 23 years, been in that industry.
Yeah.
And like, this is the worst it's been in 23 years. And so that right there is very unsettling and uncomfortable. Like I said, I'm 53. This is my career. It's fucking gnarly to be going through this.
Yeah,
right
you've had an incredible boss.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have had the best.
Not there anymore.
Boss in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful to him for getting not only you through this, but like the team. Like he's a really great leader, and from where you came from when you left Vegas. He wasn't your first boss, but your first boss was also
equally as dope.
Yep. And I'm just grateful for that because you're an excellent employee, but when you are being poked and stabbed and criticized and, that's fucking hard to deal with and still do your job well. And he's allowed you to not have those types of things and just do your job well. And I'm really grateful to him for
wrote an email to another boss that equally is dope the other day because he left too. And I told him, I said, look, I hope you understand the weight of working for somebody like you, for somebody like me. I do not work well in corporate America. I am a round peg in a square hole, and you have treated me like a professional and an adult and left me the fuck alone and let me do my job. And I can't tell you how much that means to me.
Hell yeah.
And like that's huge. And when that goes away for somebody like me, I want to start like burning it down. Like, oh, you're going to tell me to fucking do this or that? Fuck you. Like, I want to do the opposite immediately. Fuck you, I won't do what you told me. Like, immediately. And so there's a really uncomfortable position for me to be in. I am the most uncomfortable professionally than I have been ever right now. But I'm grateful to it because it's caused me to start thinking differently.
Outside the fucking corporate box. Yeah, it has. You've been applying to different things, or just even you talking about it.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I can get a job in podcasting. Holy shit, I know how to podcast.
I have a little bit of experience.
One of my
that.
things was like, I said to you the other day, and I meant it in many, many depths. Don't forget your magic.
I know.
We, as a couple, I feel that's an ingredient that we use for our success.
Yeah, that's like leaving the salt out.
Thank you. And in this situation, when it's like seems like a cut and dry situation, like, oh, corporate's restructuring, lays off, whatever, like that's the outside world. Now our inside world, what's happening so that we can address that. Yeah. And that's why I was like, don't forget your magic, dude. We've been doing magic our entire life to get to where we're at. And so don't fall under the sadness or the fear or the uncertainty, because you can literally make this situation be the dopest situation ever. And I believe that still, even with you being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you two, I got to throw this. It's a little off subject, but this speaks towards Aaron and Mel, like not letting things get you down. These two are the funniest to fucking live with, to hear their addiction to reality fucking dating shows.
So funny.
Okay. It is so
Apple's
funny.
outing us right now.
Like, I'm in my room last night, and like I'm watching A Complete Unknown. I'm watching that again because it's free on Hulu now, and I got my TV up pretty loud, listening to Bob Dylan and stuff. And I hear everyone's like, "Oh no, you didn't!" And the laughter of these two, they turn into like two different people watching this shit, having so much fun together. And then when you take breaks, you're like out discussing it on the patio. Like, and a couple times I've heard, it's like, are they arguing? Because I heard like Mel going, "No, you're not looking at it from the point of fucking doctor fucking whatever. You guys are like arguing. You know what I mean? You're not arguing, but you're arguing. Like, you're not looking at it from the viewpoint of this. And this dude's a douchebag. It's so funny that I can't get into those dating shows. I think it has a lot to do with me being older and single.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
look at that and it's really cringe, and it shows me
it's
dating.
totally cringe.
Oh, it's so
shows
cringe.
me
it's
the
like watching a
world.
car accident.
Yeah, I like to come sit in for little moments, and you guys like catch me up. That fucking son of a bitch, and that shit. You guys kind of keep me up to date when I come sit with you for a few minutes, and then it's like, okay, you guys are cute. I'm going back to my
Married
show.
at first sight, dude.
In addition to making Aaron and I feel really great about our own relationship, Married at First Sight,
too, yeah.
like we're gonna do like a spin-off fucking podcast on Married at First Sight commentary, because first of all, Aaron, I don't know why he just didn't think this, maybe he just didn't register, but he's like, this guy is so desperate. And then I was like, no, oh yeah, he's literally marrying a stranger at first sight. Like, of course that's
Everybody
a desperate
on
act.
there. Yeah.
Yes. And then just seeing how people in their desperation, and they're so selfish. They're being so selfish with their own time. They're like, I can't do this. I need a break. And I'm like, being married to somebody for so long, we've already got our stride and we understand this, but these are people that are 1, 2, 3 days in, a week in,
To a
2
stranger.
weeks in to a stranger. And, we're like, what are you doing? And it just, for us, clearly it's purely entertainment, but it really does help us to kind of understand how we communicate and how we've gotten so far. And that's why I love it, because it's, they've got these experts literally talking them through sexual encounters or how to be nice to each other. And then you've got people that are like so seriously mean to somebody. Like,
it's damage.
I can't, like, it's so hard to watch. That's the train wreck part. It's like, how can you be mean to somebody you never met that deeply? Like, how can you fight hard with somebody that you don't know? Like, how can you not be nice?
That's what I see in the brief times I've been with. I see all these people, like, that there's a reason they're there. They're not capable of letting someone in or loving someone because they don't even like themselves.
That's very true.
To begin with. You see it with them.
Well,
they're just like, it's
season
like,
18,
wow, you're
Season 18 of Married at First Sight, man. I'm telling you, it's good.
There's all kinds of drama in this one.
That and The Bachelor. I don't know
the Golden
why.
Bachelor.
Golden
but
Bachelor.
it's I don't like the regular Bachelor.
Golden
it's
Bachelor.
the Golden.
I don't know why. Like, everything in me that I stand for, that I'm about, is the antithesis of reality TV.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
Aaron gets so happy, you guys.
They strike a chord.
I'm like, oh, we're gonna go to bed. He's like, one more. And I'm like,
we're up to like midnight last night watching fucking Married at First Sight.
That was our second late night watching freaking bullshit TV, and it's kind of my favorite.
It's fucking hilarious. I told
and
Apple, I was like,
and it's been a lot more lately with what's been going on with your work.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cool that
yes,
you guys, you two are sharing that time together, and it's fucking hilarious to
Well,
hear
like
it,
the
and
other
it's
night,
sweet
like-
to see you two are all cute on the couch, fucking cuddled up, and
It's like
just,
giving you a face massage the other day while we were watching it, like falling asleep, and it was just great.
I told Apple last night, I was like, because he said that to me. He's like, it's funny to see you guys so excited about it. I was like, oh, you don't even know the depths of the excitement. I wake up in the morning, like making
Waiting.
coffee. I'm like, ooh, I get to watch Married at First Sight with Mel tonight. Like, yeah.
I do.
fucking
I get
hilarious.
excited as well.
it's fucking cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, everybody, it's this is a shameless plug. My website is up.
Oh, hell yeah.
So for people that live in Portland or even Washington or surrounding areas who want to drive to come see me, modernradianceoregon.com. That's my website. It's a work in progress. I know it's not perfect, everyone. I'm still trying to figure out how to best, write my bio, but it's up there. And there's like technical things that are.
You just tell them to go there.
Well, I'm just, I know what's up. I know that, but I'm excited. I'm proud of it. And it's freaking rad what I'm starting to do there. It really,
Hell yeah.
I am so like just collaborating with the office staff and like actually doing the services that I've chosen and created.
Are you going to put the Split Open and Mel
Yes.
and the You Enjoy My Facial on there?
There's a couple things that are not on there. Like
The
I'm
special
still
fish menu.
yes, and then like there's a little face massage with all my little tools and accoutrements, and so like again, it's a work in progress. I have things that are like it's a secret menu nobody knows about because I haven't, done it. But also there are things on the menu that are up there. So if you want to just support me and go look at it, and you don't have to do anything, just look at it.
ModernRadianceOregon.com.
Yes.
And that's great to hear you talking about it like that, because out of like the three of us, Aaron is the most versed in technical and posts and all the social media. You're not liking it for a while and having a hard time with getting it right and what you want to do for you to be kind of excited. And
I feel like a website's a little bit different to me than social media because it's flat in a sense. Like social media is like 4D and a website is 3D. And the way I mean it is like social media, it's like you got to feed the beast every day. There's some, you got to add this, that, and the other. But a website, you can just get it to where you want it and then maybe add things every now and then that make sense. Update a new, item or a new service or whatever. And so I'm really a little bit more into having this website and people looking at it and looking at the services and
better representation of yourself.
Because I'm sure if you guys follow me on Kundalini Mom on Instagram, you've seen that I put up some stuff of like, I did a little cooling globe massage on Aaron, and they've gotten
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I've got
your
like
face and that is great.
Other little treatments. Me and the staff at the office are trying to show snippets of what a service would look like with me. And it's fine. It's just outside of my comfort zone. I'm fine to share it. I'm fine for people to see what I do. It's just, I'm looking at things I'm trying to look at things in a different way, in a more, business minded instead of so emotional about it, like, this is what I do. Here it is. Instead of like, why do I gotta do I don't know. It's just my head. It's my head, and I'm fixing it and I'm changing it, and I'm proud of it and I'm excited about it.
I'm proud of you too.
And I've gotten a lot of really awesome feedback, and I'm trying to figure out that tab right now, my feedback tab.
Okay.
So yeah. So check
Congrats,
it out. ModernRadianceOregon.com.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, go there. Get a treatment from Mel. You'll never be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. I was trying to tell her yesterday. I was like, getting a treatment from you, like putting it on your website, is a lot like a fish show. Like, if you've never been to a fish show, you understand there's a band called Fish and you can listen to their music and you understand that, but you don't know what that means to go to the show.
Until you're getting the treatment.
Until you've been to the show and you're like, oh, that's what it is.
Now I've had
Same
the treatment.
thing with Mel's treatments. Like a facial, cute. Whatever. Then you go get it. You're like, that's different.
Thank you for saying that. I do feel like that also, but it's good to hear somebody else say that, because I also feel like, oh my God, I just did that. Like I feel like Billy String's arm. Like, do you know what I mean by that? Like, it's totally relaxed.
You're doing your thing.
He's letting it out naturally, and he's like following his talents, and he's also following his muse. And because I had worked in a spa for so long under the name of the spa and under their services, and also the product lines services that they created for us to do. I'm doing the service, but it's somebody else's.
You were playing somebody else's music.
Yes. And so now I'm doing my own thing and riffing off of the person that is in my room with them. And it feels like the best jacuzzi you've ever been in for me. It feels like, oh shit, I'm doing my special thing.
I found my special purpose.
Yeah. Like before I was doing it. I was really doing it before. But also, like I said, because it wasn't my name and it wasn't my thing.
Yeah, you were in a cover band for sure.
Yeah, I was in a cover band and I was fucking killing it, and I loved it, and I loved the applause, and I love the songs.
But now you're making the set list.
But now I was in the Watershed.
The tunes are original.
Yeah, I made some original tunes in the Watershed, and I came out and I've got my album. My mind's the water. I like the water.
I want a banjo scat Reiki treatment. Oh my God.
She's gonna have a fish theme.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You enjoy my facial and split open and melt.
Really quickly, I'll talk about it. There is this. Tiffany can be my first person to talk about it. While they were here the other day, we had a great time with the Raverts, and we were upstairs talking and having fun, and then I was like, let's go downstairs. I feel like my hands were getting that thing where I needed to touch Tiffany. I know it sounds weird to everybody. You can probably take that soundbite and make it sound crazy, but there just something happens where my Reiki, the energy in my hands turn on, and I feel like I need to use it on this person. So we came down here, and Aaron was fresh coming from that Trey solo performance, acoustic performance, and he was DJing the songs that he wanted us to hear, and so it happened to be the perfect amount of time for the treatment that I gave Tiffany. We're just literally laying on the floor on a beanbag. It was nothing special, but it was really special because the songs that you chose were
complimentary
to what the energy in the room was and what I was doing. And so prior to doing that on Tiffany, Aaron and I were talking about, you enjoy my facial and split open and mel. And so those, they're going to be on my website, but I have to figure out how to talk about them and, get the description and get my playlist together. But it is a service that I offer. FYI.
I have a request in the future. I know you work in an area. I would like a steam treatment.
A steam? Well, you have to, my thought and my process behind all of this is that, fish is awesome. They get into their jams, but then they can change really quickly. And in a facial, you need a little bit of steadiness. So the songs have to be picked perfectly for the transitions.
That's part of the fun of building the treatment.
Yeah. So that's why it's not on my website yet, because I haven't built that yet. But it's in the works, and it can happen.
All right.
You hear that train coming.
Mm-hmm.
ModernRadianceOregon.com, everybody. All right. Well, we did it. We did the thing, everyone.
Did the do.
Proud of us. Proud of you.
I hope you guys are happy with this, and you were waiting for a whole week for this. I hope you got some insight. I hope you got a little inspired. Go pull out your banjo or your mando or your flute or your cello. Yeah.
Or your scat banjo.
But yeah, pull out your instrument and have some fun with it, and do something cool.
Anyway.
Wow.
All right, everybody.
Lowbrow. You
always got
like that.
Yeah,
wow.
Come on, man. Until next week, everybody. We love you. Take care of each other.
Yeah. Well, until the end of the week.
Yeah. Smile at a stranger.
Until Friday.
Safety third. Hydrate. And practice your scat banjo. Yeah, because you'd be great at it. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Bend the earth and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? More simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A=A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
I don't think it overstates things to say that the Beatles were the greatest gift to entertainment and culture of our time, a secular religion, if you will, with their universal appeal and demonstrable impact on people's lives. I'm Robert Rodriguez, host of Something About the Beatles. With every episode, I speak with historians, musicians, artists, and Beatle witnesses, all in the service of fresh insights into the most joyous cultural entity the world has ever known. I hope you'll join me and listen to Something About the Beatles, now on Evergreen and wherever you get your podcasts.